Hey, what's happening, everyone? It's Lifestyle Focus Friday. It's Ronco Johnson, your host. How you're doing today? How you doing today? It's good to have you on a wonderful, wonderful Friday. Today, we're going to be talking about finding your passion in ownership. Finding your passion in ownership and why that's important. A lot of people bump into their passions by accident. Some things that you're even talking about on a day-to-day basis is something that, you know, people say you have a lot of passion for. But one of those things for me is ownership and having ownership. And as you can see, we're on the road today as we're riding through the great mountain area. Can't tell you guys everything where I'm going, where I've been, but I will let you know later. But what are we passionate about? Some of us are passionate about food, travel, money, business, and many, many other things as part of your lifestyle. And we're going to be talking about, hey, how did I find my passion? Maybe I'll share a secret with you about how you can find yours and how you become an owner of your passion and how you take control of the life that you're living and it becomes your lifestyle. And that's the secret to our success today is talking about how you can live a life that's meaningful, significant, and that you can control as much as possible. And many of us look forward for that opportunity. So stick around, see us on the inside, and maybe I can give you a couple of secrets. It's Lifestyle Focus Friday, y'all. See you soon. Hey everyone, it's Ronco Johnson, your lifestyle focus coach and advisor. Today we're going to be talking about finding your passion in ownership. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. It's good to see you. And as you can see, we're on the road today. So for those of you who are brand new and those of you who are checking in, this is not our common studio, but we don't want to miss, and we always want to be there just for you, for all you guys checking in on every Friday at 1 o'clock, whether we're at home, away, or on the road or in a storm. We're going to be here. We're going to be here. So today we're just talking about something that I thought about while we were on the road. It's ownership of your passion and how you turn that ownership of passion into or monetize. How do you monetize it? How do you start to control it and start to think of it as a business? Part of my reason for coming up with this today is just last night I was having dinner with some friends and we were having a think tank. And in this think tank, we were talking to some students, I would say a little older students, under 26 years old, and some other business people. And I realized that most of these students were thinking about their transition. They were in transition from one career to another. And as we went around the room, I mean, these guys, these ladies and gentlemen, these young people, they're super intelligent. They're filled with life. They're filled with, they're very ambitious young people. But one of the things that I took from was for a new job, a job, just over broke, a job. And the mental approach to what they were thinking about might not be as broad as they could have made it. And one of the gentlemen used the word try. And you could not overcome but hearing him say try. When you're in front of a room full of mastermind people professionals, experts in what they do, I think it's best that we don't try. We don't want to try. We want to do. You want to be around doers. First of all, you want to make sure that there's people around you that will always hold you accountable for what you say, for what you do, and then hold you 10 toes down on your commitments. And on those commitments, whether that be to show up on time, whether that mean to even be on a podcast on a Friday afternoon in a car, you got to do it. You got to do it. It might not be perfect, and that is okay. But if you're doing something that you're really passionate about, your passion will show through anyway. And people will be receiving what you're putting down. Whatever that is that you're putting down, they're willing to listen to someone with passion. They're not always going to buy what you're wanting them to buy, but they'll listen. Okay? But when I was listening to the young man talk, he just kept saying, I'm going to try. I'm going to try. And I hope they're listening today, and I know that they're probably checking in today. I got one word for you. Don't try, just do. Just do. Because if you're doing it, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Okay? So, again, our topic today is finding passion and ownership. And I got to thinking, what does that mean to me in the insurance business, the financial service business for many years? Is that I found that ownership comes in many different ways. If we were talking in terms of policies and investments and assets, well, anything that's an asset you own. And if you own it, you have the right to charge for it or give it away. You really can't give away something that you don't own. If you don't have any knowledge, you can't give it away. You don't have any expertise, you can't give it away. However, if you start to own your information, your intellectual property, your businesses, your homes, your insurance policies, there's a lot of advantage in ownership. And when we start to talk about what millionaires and billionaires do, they own a lot of stuff. It is all about ownership. Or is it? If you've been a fan of ours on this show, you know that I've talked about controlling everything, not necessarily owning anything. So I think there is some room here for more discussion when we talk about owning your passion and finding freedom in your passion. Because I can tell you now, if you want to have a lifestyle where you can get up and go and just move around, maybe next week, next month, you want to take off and go for a cruise, go on a trip. Can you take your work with you? Have you put your income in a place where you can earn passive income while you're moving? Have you started putting your dollars away in such a way that it's accumulating compounded interest every single year, every single month that you want, while you're moving, not working, but while you're moving? See, these are the secrets that wealthy people have had for us for a long time, but they're not always sharing it with us. Because with ownership, you don't have to wait and ask. You can just do. If you want to make more money, you can learn how to scale. You can get into personal development. You can get into courses and masterminds and think tanks of people that can help you get there. Okay? If you want to make more money, all you have to do is scale. But this thing is not just about money, it's about having more control. And that's why you hear me talk about own nothing, control everything. Because the more things you can control, the better. And then when you start to look at how our economy is set up, how our government is set up, and how businesses are set up, and all the tiers of information that's available to us, and how they're set up, someone's controlling it behind the scenes. It's all a business transaction. And once I start to think about it, even what we do for a living, it's still controlled. The world that we live in is still controlled. And some people forget that it's just a business. So therefore, some of those conversation pieces that we talk about, like, it's not personal, it's business. Most things are never personal because it's just that, it's business. I'll give you an example. You might see your favorite sports teams on television this weekend. They may have your favorite player. No matter how many jerseys that favorite player has sold, no matter how many fans love that favorite player, but when it comes down to it, the team needs to make a decision. That team makes a decision to trade your favorite player. It just comes down to one thing: a business decision. It's not personal. It's not personal. And I think a lot of times in life, what we find is that all of us are subject to feeling some kind of way when we make a certain change in our lives. And that's because we've gotten too attached. That's because we've gotten too attached. We've turned this issue into something personal. But if you start to move like a business person, and you flip your mindset to say, look, this is business. I gotta make a decision for me. I gotta make a decision to let people know it's about my lifestyle. It's about your lifestyle, right? It's about your lifestyle and how you want to live it. I know I got some folks back here in the comments, and I just want to say hello. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you guys that are always showing up, my team showing up. Happy Friday out there to you, Sam. Happy Friday, Miss Leela. I see you. I love it. Take the try out of your vocabulary. I love it. Okay. Listen, it is a little bit difficult running the show today as I'm moving around. So I apologize for all the movement in the screen, but y'all just have to deal with me for today, okay? Y'all give your boy a break just a little bit today. Why? Because we're still doing this operation while we're moving, right? But at the end of the day, I can only speak for myself that I found my passion in what we do. I found my passion in what we do. I was fortunate. I understand that I'm not going to be a very good employee for anybody because I think too independently. So I've been able to take what I do for a living from my years in radio and television and media and have something broader to talk about, which is wealth, which is money and management. But through this search, I realized something that really started to happen, at least in my life, is that I wasn't surrounded by business people initially. I didn't have any idea what business really was. But as I started to be around more and more successful people, I started to realize that, okay, if I think like they're thinking, and I started to put things in a different perspective, and I can make a decision based off the business, not the personal, and don't get too attached to those decisions that I got to make. Running business is not easy, it's tough. Leading people is not easy, it's tough. But with owning your passion, it's never worked. I'm passionate about meeting new people. I'm passionate about helping other people get to the next level, helping them get to where they want to go. And if I have information that I want to share with someone, for those of you who know me outside, I am a person that will fill your heart full of nuggets of life. Sometimes I give away too much information. But I just absolutely love when someone else can take a piece of information that they're missing and you can fill in the blank for them. And when you fill in the blank, they take off. And a lot of times, it's not very much information that they needed. They just needed to hear that it was possible. That it was possible, okay? The truth is, everything is possible. And once you start to figure out that you're only one yes away from your breakthrough, I think we have to think about it this way. One yes away from your breakthrough. One opportunity away from your breakthrough. But your breakthrough isn't going to happen without passion. If you're not happy about what you do, if you don't like what you do, if you just think that the situation you're in, you can't go no further, and you're just fed up with it, don't make any more excuses. Find your passion. There are people all over the world that start a new career way late, 30 years after they've been working all their lives. And I'm going to share with you, there's a lot of people who decide to retire from their JOB. They're just over broke to start a new passion that they're excited about. Maybe you're a dog lover. Maybe you like animals and you want to just take care of animals and start walking. Maybe you're a yoga instructor and you want to go on to an Airbnb site and do yoga in the park for $50 a person. I don't know, but you can. And for these individuals that I was speaking with last night, they're going into the field of IT. Information technology is the way of the world today. Can you think about how much stuff is happening in the AI world? Come on. But I would hear them say as they're going around the room, and talking about, we did a small introduction. And in this introduction, I asked them to tell us their names and what they did. And they would tell me that they were a former this or they were a former that. One person was a former media person. One other person was a former athlete and a school teacher. But they're looking for transformation in this new field of IT. I just want to remind you something. When you are moving forward, you're never really a former anything. Now, what I mean by that is those skill sets go with you. Those skill sets go with you. A lot of times we get occupied and preoccupied with the things that we're doing, not the things that we're capable of, until it comes a time that we have to use the things that we're capable of to get the outcome we desire. And sometimes that's where your uniqueness is developed. For me, I had a background in media. I love sports. I fell into the insurance industry miserably, by the way. I can tell you that. But here we are 28 years later. A financial expert with a media background that loves sports, entertainment, travel, and food. And I'm sharing and coaching and training individuals just like you of some of the secrets of success. And what makes me unique is that perfect blend of all that expertise. As I shared with an agent last week, they were pressuring me for some information. And I asked the person, and I know they're probably here watching, and I had to come into my own epiphany. They were asking me for some details that I thought was premature for what they do. And I asked the young lady, I said, how long have you had your insurance license? And she tells me, going on 90 days. And I said, young lady, 28 years. 28 years is equal to 10,220 days. 10,220 days. My point being, you're not going to become me in 90 days. There is just no way possible for me to pour 10,220 days into you in the first 90 days. If you do 10,000 of anything, you're an expert. You should be. If you're not an expert after 10,000 attempts, 10,000 days of doing something, something's wrong. But then when I went home that night, it wasn't about sharing with the agent about how much longer I've been in business than they have been. It was about them understanding what comes with 10,000 days. How many ups, how many downs, how many failures, how many courses, how many conversations, how many presentations, how many meetups, how many heartaches come with 10,000 days. Please understand, when you're not passionate, it's hard to stick around 10,000 days. And I realized as I was talking to this young person, how blessed I really have been. Because we do have ups and downs. I do want to share with you the secrets to all our successes. But the one thing I keep coming back to is, it's just business. But it's a business that I control. I control my actions. I control who we work with. I control almost everything. But it's easy for me to talk about because I'm passionate about your development. I'm passionate about you getting where you want to go. And I think there's a lot of other people out there just like me. So if you're in the comments and you got some passion, put in the comments what you're passionate about. Share with me right now what you're passionate about. And maybe we can highlight you on our Lifestyle Focused Wealth site. It's now lifestylefocusedwealthcommunity.com. lifestylefocusedwealthcommunity.com. I would love for you to take a look at that for the holiday season. Get your merch, get your fit right, but also join our membership. Our membership is only $16 a month if you pay the annual fee. You can go to RoncoJohnson.com and get activated as soon as you possibly can. But what are you passionate about? I want to hear from you guys. I know that 62% of you guys that are logged on right now and watching have not subscribed. So do me a favor. Stop cheating. Stop cheating. It's just business. We need your help. Hit the subscribe button below. Hit the subscribe button below. Hit the like button. Leave me a comment. Would love to hear from you. You know, as you guys are putting in your comments, I'm going to share with you something else. One of the principles of wealth is simply this, and I still love this book, The Richest Man in Babylon. One of the principles of wealth building, see, wealth is not even about money. Wealth is about freedom. Wealth is about connection and connectivity. Wealth is about sharing moments, creating moments that matter. Like connecting with you right now. Like on my way to see my daughter play a basketball game in college right now. Like having passive income that's earning you money while you're moving around right now. And coaching other people how to do it and maximize of your time. That's why our time on this planet is so valuable. But it's you that places the value.
Hey, join our Lifestyle Focused Wealth community. Membership starting at $16 a month when you pay the annual subscription. So register online today at www.lifestylefocusedwealth.com.
I think we just came back on live. So if you can see me, hear me, just give me a thumbs back up.
So, you never know while you're driving. You never know while you're driving. So, what is your passion? What are you passionate about? I want to know. So leave me a little comment down below. Let me know. Are you still chasing your passion? Are you still trying to figure out what it is that you want to do? Are you already doing what you want to do, but you haven't put it in a business form yet? These are all the things that we're talking about. Hey, don't forget to look at the description below and sign up to receive your bi-weekly email. That way you can get these articles and art, travel, and recipes and all the good things that is coming up. New Year's is coming up. Where are you on your goal plans? Are you ahead of goals? Are you ahead of the plan? When I get back next week, when we're back in the studio next week, send me an email. Send me an email or catch me in a DM. Go to roncojohnson.com and you can leave me a message. I want to know, how far are you away from hitting your goals? And I look forward to being able to help you. I look forward to being able to have a little one-on-one session with you to help you get where you want to go. And if you're behind, no problem. Let's just start putting that goal, that planner together, that workbook together, that vision board, put it together. Fill it with everything that you're passionate about and see if it comes and connects. Fill that board up with things that matter to you, things that you do easily. And let's put it in a construct where you can create a business around it. When you do that, you control it. You control your name, you control your activity, and then you can show the world your passion. Take ownership, be accountable, show up on time, work hard and hardly working. No more JOBs. No more just over brokes. Right? Well, listen, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you ahead of time for watching Lifestyle Focus Well and tuning in. And don't forget to tell your family and friends that you're watching, because we need all the help we can get. And we need people like you committed to being here and helping other people. And that's what I love about our Lifestyle Focus Wealth community, is the fact that we're always open for exchange of information, intellectual stimulation, and in helping other people grow. And it's an honor just to be there and watch that happen. So, listen, that's my time for this week. We're going to cut it just a little bit short as I'm out here on the road, and I really should be paying attention. But you can catch us every Friday, 1 o'clock, right here on Lifestyle Focus Well. Tell a friend about us. Tell a friend about us. And if you're in the Atlanta area, if you're in the area and you want us to stop in, or you want to collaborate on a couple things, maybe you have a business that you want us to talk to you about. Maybe you're an influencer and you want to have a conversation. Let's talk about it. I'm always talking about business. I love business. I love people and I love business. just never know. You might be one yes away from hitting your dreams. You might just be one yes away from hitting your dreams. You may have somebody in your circle that has enough impact to change your entire world. I know, it's happened to me. It's happened to me a few times. And that's why I said it's so important that we make sure that we continue to discuss these topics. Let's have conversations, because there's so many things that we can talk about that we don't know that somebody in our circle has an answer to. They may be a person with 10,000 days of experience, and they're willing to share it with you. But they're only going to be willing to share it with someone who's passionate about that information, a safeguard of that information, and someone who's going to push it forward. So keep that in mind. The same principles of wealth that come from the good book, The Richest Man in Babylon. You can't give your gold to people who don't know how difficult it is to mine gold. Keep that in mind, all right? Hey, continue to love one another. Continue to love one another. I want you to have a great weekend. It's Lifestyle Focus Friday. Don't forget, every Friday at 1 o'clock, we'll be right here. We'll look forward to seeing you at the top. And until next time, peace, love, and hey, happy holiday season to you. I will see you next time. Have a good day.